My name is Dr. Koichi. Great to see you all. All right, so today, let's wait till screen share starts. So today I'm going to talk about neurodiversity. Have you heard neurodiversity, the term? So basically that includes everybody, because it's diverse. Each person is different. That's what words means. However, often in this context, used as description of someone with autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and all those people. So that's the topic of presentation, and my high emphasis is the neurodiversity as part of DEI, because I will show you the stats, like closer to millions of youth with neurodiversity comes into the workforce because they're going to become adults too. So each company or work environment needs to fit or accommodate for their different way than the past for them to perform better and in the way that they want. Is that okay? So,
Yep, all okay.
and I just wonder if you can see the slides.
I will right now to make the changes on the slide. We have two here also. Give me a minute, Dr. Koichi. Okay. Okay. There it is. Okay, Dr. Koichi.
Right. Now people can see the slides.
Okay.
Good. All right. Now let me control. Is it okay? I control slide down.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
Right. So again, officially, let's start. Understand neurodiversity for entrepreneur, like many of you. All right, then let me introduce myself a little bit. I'm Dr. Koichi. I'm a naturopathic physician and mental health counselor. And my background is in working in the athletes with like sports nutritionist and exercise science. Currently, I'm primarily working with clients with neurodiversity and screen addiction, which both are overlaps. So also my other job is to be a clinical supervisor at Astia Center for Natural Health. So what is neurodiversity? As I explained already, this is including everybody, but more so you often commonly used for ADHD and someone with autism. However, it's supposed to include everybody. And neurodivergent thinks differently and learns differently. It doesn't mean they cannot learn. That's why the term learning disability is not used anymore, because it's not correctly describing them. So at workplace, they may need some accommodation in order for them to perform in the way that they want, or actually they can perform a lot better than the others. Studies are showing like some neurodivergent perform 140% better than neurotypical employees. So I think for employers' perspective is to keep the environment that they can perform better. In order to do that, we need to understand who they are and what their needs are. So often though, common mistake is neurodiversity different from mental health conditions? The answer is yes, it's different, because neurodiversity is just a difference. Mental health is mental health. Depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, those are specific different conditions. But neurodivergent is not disease. However, though, I copied the study here. Yes, somebody with neurodiversity diversity tends to have comorbidity with anxiety, depression, etc. So yes, it's nice to treat those, but main takeaway is neurodiversity is not a disease. It's just a difference. It's like a race. It's like where we are, cultural difference, similar. That's why my key emphasis is to include neurodiversity in the DEI, because it's going to be a key component in a social scale, in my opinion. So another point here is learning difference. I think it's more commonly used. I think this is I highly encourage to use and learning differences instead of learning disability, because they can learn. I'll show you why and how. And overlooked potential of neurodivergent. This is another thing. Let's say somebody with autism is non-speaking. It doesn't mean they understand though. And now more study is showing they can formulate the sentence as good as us, or could be even better in their head. But hallmark of autism is difficulty in output, not the input. Because of that, they have no intellectual disability. It's more like output issue. How do I know? There are a bunch of studies, but also, especially I wanted to introduce this company or program, ASC. This organization is basically doing spelling as communication. What I mean by that is they can teach properly how to type for those non-speaking individual, and then they can formulate the sentences. Okay, and in that, what we learned is they express, well, I want the voice because it's in my head, but I don't know how to express it out. See, that's the hallmark of autism. Okay, then this part is not just a non-speaking though. Some people, yes, can speak, but not in the way that they're comfortably. You know, they have some challenge in the output, but not input. Okay, so I'll just highly repeat an emphasis of that, because if you say something, please don't assume those people don't understand. They do understand. So, but the response you might expect is not maybe not coming out, because that's their difference. Okay. So, another thing is, let's say other speaking, but let's say other neurodivergent. They may have anxiety, social anxiety, self-esteeming behaviors, attention span is a bit shorter, etc. But these can improve. I just wanted to let you know, there are doctors, often described as a MAPS doctor, they're the leader. I'm one of them, is studying hard in the scientific and the medical realm to figure out what the uniqueness of their physiology is and how to support that. Okay, so if we treat that or optimize, I think that's a better word to explain, optimize their physiology, their struggling concerns decrease and their social skills in other way improve. So as a work environment, yes, this is medical, so maybe company may not be able to offer that, but it's a nice idea to keep in mind this condition can improve. And my point is not to pathologize this again. All right, we are not treating the disease, it's enhancing. It's like athletes receiving training or nutrition support to enhance their ability. It's similar to that concept, if that makes sense. Okay, so now a lot of organization, TACA is amazing community for parents with child with autism or other form of neurodiversity. And is it really treatable or improvable? I will show you how. All right, so verbal communication, okay, that's I think very common conditions or common challenge that many neurodiversity has, but it can improve. This is super basic, and please, this is not medical advice. Please don't take whatever the supplements I introduce here. It's a medical provider should do that. Okay, it's not as simple as, all right, I buy these supplements and all of a sudden communication get better. It's not going to work that way. But verbal communication and receptive and expressive language improved with proper dosage of folate. Okay, and I'm not going to get into too detail, but here's the data. The right top corner one is verbal communication skills. It improved, that's green dots with folate treatment, and the other is control, no treatment basically. And at the bottom data is showing, yes, expressive and also receptive language skills improved with proper folate treatment. Okay, it's just an example. Another nutrient therapy reduced autism score. Again, I'm not pathologizing it, treating autism, reducing symptoms is to, basically, it's not wrong, but usually this helps someone with autism to live daily life.
Yeah.
So example here, there's a bunch of like results here, B12 injection or supplementation of B12, vitamin D, zinc, mitochondrial support. What is it? It's carnitine, CoQ10, and alpha lipoic acid. Those are nutrients. If we combine in the right amount and the right way, their skill is going to be enhanced. And there's a lot of literature now, and those are available to community as well, but it's, not easy to interpret all the scientific literature. That's why I'm here, and other MAPS doctors are out there to interpret it, translate it into more understandable word language to the family. Yeah, another common thing is gut issue. In my experience, like 95% up of the patients or clients with autism, some challenge with digestion, like stomach pain, and especially somebody with non-verbal, non-speaking individual pressing the abdomen to the corner of the table. It's not they're doing this for fun. Often that's a sign of pain. They're just soothing it by pressing it down. Okay, so all those things is there, and if we treat that, if there's a lot more sophisticated tests available right now to find what's happening in their gut. And a common one we find is candida overgrowth, yeast, fungal overgrowth, basically like a mold overgrowth. That can be the root cause of their struggle. Okay, now science is so advanced, even DNA testing is getting so advanced to the point, oh, this individual has this mutation in gene. Likely they need this nutrients more, double, triple, or could be like more, or they should avoid these nutrients. And I'll share, if you're interested, I'll go into a little bit more detail, but I think scientific competition is not the point here, so I'll skip. So detox is been the number one thing, like most number one treatments that most family responded well. So there are numerous associations. You can see on the right top corner, glyphosate, which is a pesticide. As the pesticide exposure in our environment or living, life increase, autism rate increase as well. And top three correlation, I'm not saying the causation, it's not the cause. The association is glyphosate, augmentin, which is the antibiotic, excessive use of antibiotic, and interestingly, Tylenol. Excessive Tylenol intake use associate with it. I'm not saying Tylenol is the cause. There's association, and a little bit get into a little bit more depth, but I just want to introduce. These are the association, and I'll come back to how these relate to your needs as an entrepreneur. So 93% of neurodivergent employees will likely to commit or apply to and continue the work where they support the neurodivergence. Compared to like 63% of neurotypical. It makes sense, right? If neurotypical clients can fit anywhere versus neurodivergent has difficulty fit into some work environment. If the company offers the accommodation, the flexibility, not just the benefit of a company, but I think the neurodivergent will appreciate that a lot. And how does that apply to you? If you employ someone, around 1 in 6 of population with neurodivergent, okay, they may not have official diagnosis as autism, ADHD, but they learn differently. If you want to teach how this job's supposed to be done, need to be flexible about how to teach. If your employees are not quite understanding or following, it's not their personality. They might have some obstacle in learning. Okay? So another thing is the more stats, like right now, 1 in 36 or with children in the United States have autism. Okay? This is exponentially growing. Why and etc. I'm not going to get into that, but it's going to be a lot. And obviously, as more people, younger people have autism, they're growing up. Now they're reaching to the teenager or over 18 in come into the workforce, right? I mean, they are seeking for that. But unfortunately, about 70% or up, I think 80% of patients or clients with autism are unemployed. Okay? It's not necessarily their skills though. I think this is the part as a entrepreneur can be flexible and offer the support that they need so that they can work and like the study is showing, they'll commit to your workforce because they appreciate them. So another perspective is maybe you are also neurodivergent. I probably am. And the survey is likely the more likely like self-employed. Restate it. So somebody who is self-employed as employee is more likely to become well, how do I say it? Somebody with neurodiversity tends to be choose like self-employment over being employed by the other company. So maybe one of you are, some of you are. I mean, who knows? And it's completely okay. But my idea is, if you struggle with something, there might be a reason. Maybe we know how to help you. And treating symptoms, for example, if you have somewhat, you don't know, but always have stomach issues, sleep issues, and we can support that because we might have unique physiology. It's not just it's not the same with other neurotypical clients with stomach ache. And mental health support for entrepreneurs are also unique. I'm almost finishing here because this is the interesting study. Small business owners prefer informal or interpersonal support compared to institutional supports like hospital or clinic. Instead of they going to the clinic, they prefer to seek help from friends and somebody they know, or even online resources. So offering small business owners, all right, seems like you're struggling. Go see a counselor, go see a psychiatrist. It may not be accepted well. But if you find the person needs help, maybe it's nice to idea a better option to form group with similar struggles and or other small business owners to discuss their struggles. And I think that's going to be more welcomed approach. So main takeaway from today is neurodiversity as part of DEI. I think it's going to be a huge need, and as a society, part of the society, I think it's a must list because again, more than millions of people are neurodivergent or even more, and then coming into the work. And if we miss that much population in our society, it's a lot of the mess of the potential and all sorts of aspects. If you're more interested in learning about neurodiversity, how to support, or if you're interested in support group for business owner, let me know. I'm also a counselor and talking to many variety of people daily, and group is my preferred method. One-on-one is great, but group has so much power in learning and helping each other. All right, thank you.